Hi everybody, welcome to this free qualifying round guide with tournament wins in Pro Division for the Spring Major on the brand new course Sierra Plateau here on the channel. If you're new, please make sure you're subscribed. Very warm welcome to the channel and please hit the thumbs up as well. It does help me out. Got loads of drops here to get you on your way to qualifying in this major tournament. Some tweaks and alternatives and suggestions made throughout as well. Always good to take a token and test or put in some personal tweaks according to your skill level and play style, but a very good guide here for you anyway. Here we go, and the best of luck. On this par 4 we're going to drive with the extra mile and we're going to use a Titan so that we can play with Thorn for the second shot. Red ring touching the rough on the right, that will be at top of plus 14 with extra mile 8, P3 max with extra mile 6 and 7. 4.5 top spin, 1 bar side spin to the left, and once we've set the shot up with our landing position and spin, we adjust maximum distance with 10% elevation. I'm using power 3 settings because that applies, of course, matches the ball that I'm using. Through all of the content here, then unless otherwise specified, you use the power settings of the ball that you're playing with. Centre the ball and hit perfect, and the drive will go very nicely down the fairway. It's a slightly narrow fairway, but just focus on hitting perfect and you'll be fine. Drive distance here is going to be around 365 yards. Second shot, we're going to play landing position plus yards with our Thorn. Adding spin first, it's going to be approximately 2 backspin, but I would always try and set up in the plus yard zone. So if you actually get a different drive distance, as in if you drive longer than that, I would still try and set up in plus yards, but you would need more backspin because, of course, then you've got a plus yardage reference and then your slider value is going to be nice and accurate. So around 2 backspin, ball guide going to the hole, and then we're going to adjust for a plus 2, 92% slider, 45% elevation. This one plays pretty much downhill, or rather considerably downhill, even more so with level crosswind. 2% per yard, so if yours was plus 3 landing position, you play 94% and so on. Pull over the bullseye and there's your eagle. On this par 3 we're going to have to play with a kingmaker, otherwise there is a risk with higher winds of hitting the min line. So we're going to go with 2.1 backspin, 3 right spin, blue ring touching the rough line with our sniper. Ball guide, or rather the tip of the ball guide, in the middle of that light green square in the light green square column. This is an aggressive rough bump. It may not be safe on the right hand side with great balls, so proceed with caution. Best to practice this one a couple of times first. It is an aggressive line. If you don't like it, play a safe shot on the fairway instead. 1-to-1 regardless of your sniper level, and we're going without a wall curl to the right. Otherwise, without curl we would have to use a side spin 4 or greater ball. But with the curl there we bounce very nicely and we drop it for the hole in 1. We're going to play with a katana here because we need a lot of side spin. 4.5 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left, and I want the left edge of the yellow ring just inside the rough. Actually, you can see about 10% of the yellow ring inside the rough on the left. Top of plus 9 with extra mile 8, P2 max with extra mile 7. Adjust maximum distance 10% elevation. Check that you've got the adequate curl to play this shot. Extra mile 6 is going to struggle. Extra mile 8 has been fine. After adjustment, push up 1 ring and then take your shot. We're going to go with 3/4 ball curl to the left. And take a look at the overpower closely here. I find the point where the circle drops, and that is the exact point I want for our overpower. So it's not just before, it's actually the first time that circle starts to drop. Great left might catch the rough directly, great right may roll into the rough here. So a perfect ball is needed on this drive. You want to be around 370. Second shot we can play near to max distance of the Thorn. We're going to go with 0.2 backspin and 1 bar side spin to the left. If you want to use a kingmaker, you can. The good thing about doing that is that you will have more plus yards available, more range on your club. If you got a shorter drive, it would just kind of safeguard the second shot, but it's worth a go with a katana as I do here. Setting up at max distance, going to play max plus 30. We will need to tweak the aim here though. I offset pointing at the right edge of the cup, or thereabouts in this example. However, I miss on the left hand side, so I would aim a little bit further out to the right on this one. Take a token, dial in a couple of tweaks yourself, pull over the bullseye, good chance for the albatross, but just need to tweak the aim a little bit to the right. Very difficult par 3 here, going to play with the grizzly and a katana. 1 top spin, 2 left spin. You can always use a tighten as well if you want to. You don't really need the full 3 bars of side spin, so it's up to you. We're going here at the plus 3 yard position, clear ring, touching the rough line. It's very, very difficult to adjust this one because you can't zoom in very much and you've got to play with a lot of elevation. Max plus 55, power 2 settings. If you've got the Grizzly 9, you will be at the top of plus 0 here. This is a very difficult par 3. Rough bump is worthy of an attempt as well, but you need to be really accurate and take a few tokens to dial that in. Look at that huge second bounce. Don't be surprised if you don't drop this one, but if you get it, it is a huge bonus as it's a very difficult hole. Quick break here to tell you of a new Academy tutorial debuting on Wednesday this week here on the channel. If you've watched a lot of my content, there may be some abbreviations and terminology you're not quite clued up on, and that video coming up on Wednesday, our terminology, what does he mean tutorial, is the perfect way to answer any queries you may have, and you may pick up some other tips as well. A lot of methods covered that I use in the guides here, so there's going to be a lot for you to learn regardless of your skill level. Check it out. It comes on the channel on Wednesday. Time for an easy eagle on this par 4. We're going to go with the katana and the extra mile, followed by the thorn. We're going to set up here, and the position is having the blue ring touching the rough on the lower left, and we're adding spin, 4 top spin, 3 right spin, so we need a katana or a kingmaker here. Top of plus 9 with extra mile level 8, P2 max rest with extra mile 6 and 7, top of plus 8 if you've got extra mile level 9. Of course, you can use a more accurate driver. If you've got one like the Thor's Hammer or the Apocalypse, you can still play the shots you set up with the extra mile and then do a club switch. No overpower, no curl, just concentrate on hitting perfect. We don't want this to roll too far, as we're going to play rings from min with our thorn anywhere around 352, 355 is fine, give or take a few yards. Now, the second shot, we add 1 bar of backspin and go to the minimum distance line of our thorn, and then push up and count rings from min as you go. Get rid of the glitchy part there. You can see a couple of moments the ball guide might flick very long through the hole, but you go until you've got a nice consistent landing spot with the ball guide just going to the front edge of the cup. Here I push up 12 rings. It is 1% slider per ring from min. Really easy with the thorn. So if you push up 10 rings, you're going to play 10% slider. You push up 14 rings, you're going to play 14% slider. Couldn't be easier than that. 0 elevation, pull over the bullseye on this one, and remember to make sure you are away from any glitchy spots on the green. If you need to tweak the backspin just to ensure you've got a good consistent landing spot, please do so. It will increase your drop rate. On this par 5, we're going to play a nifty double bounce over to that last piece of fairway. White ring touching the rough on the right hand side with extra mile, top of plus 14 with level 8, P3 max rest with level 6 and 7, top of plus 13 with extra mile 9, 4.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the left. No need to worry about a kingmaker here, a titan will work absolutely fine. We're going to play for a safe eagle only. Max plus 10, power 3 settings, no push up, no curl, no overpower, just focus on centering the ball beautifully in the adjustment ring, and of course hitting perfect. We're going to bounce once on the fairway, second time on the fairway towards the end, and hopping over the rough, rolling out to a drive of around 371 yards. Second shot, because we got a good rollout, we can play with the sniper. We're going to go with 3.8 backspin and 2 left spin, and setting up with the blue ring touching the rough. I'm playing true club distance here, TC on the notepad. If you don't get as much rollout and you're near a max, then play max distance. But for me, plus 2, is exactly between mid and max, so I play this one 75% slider. 0 elevation, and I'm using sniper 10 numbers, and you should do the same regardless of your club level, because the accuracy, you've still got the same accuracy on your club. 1 ball of curl to the left, hit perfect here, and we're going to bounce very safely on the fairway and rolling onto the green for a very simple putt to secure the eagle on this par 5. Hole in one here, and we're going to play a no move target shot. So navigator ball, 5.1 backspin, 0.4 right spin. Try and be as accurate as you can. No need to move the target until you come to make your adjustment here, so just set spins, adjust your rings and hit perfect. We are going mid, plus 35% elevation, power 1 settings to match the navigator. If you've got high wind here, kind of above 6.5, it wouldn't hurt to switch to a kingmaker. If you do so, stay with power 1 numbers please, and use sniper 10 numbers regardless of your club level. Nice and simple NMT shot, might need a wind angle tweak or two, but if not, very good attempt here, and this one is going plumb at the pin for the hole in one on this par 3. I'm going to play here on the right hand side because of the wind angle. 4.5 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left, playing with the katana, and we're going to go with half of the red ring inside the rough on the left at the top of plus 9 with extra mile 8, P2 max rest position with extra mile 6 and 7, extra mile 9 if you have it, top of plus 8. Adjust max plus 5, power 2 takes me into a little bit of overpower, so we've got to add that on to our shot. Extra mile 6 and 7 will need a little bit more overpower as well, so apply whatever you adjust into. Half a ball of curl to the left and try and hit a perfect ball here. Bouncing on the fairway, going to roll down the middle of the next fairway here, and you want to get a fairly good distance to be in landing position plus yards with the thorn, around 356. Now if you're playing with a kingmaker, once again you're safeguarding the drive here in case you get a short drive, but all of mine have been fine so far. We're going with 2.5 backspin, 3 bars left spin, and you want the ball guide a little bit short, kind of half a green square to a green square short, as in below the pin, and a little bit short on the right hand side as well. In my example here, the red ring is touching the bunker, so you could use that as a reference and tweak your spin as needed based on that. It all depends how you go with your drive. Plus 1 landing position is going to be 92% slider, 20% elevation, and we are pulling over the bullseye on this one, and we're going to hit perfect. There we go, perfect ball away. If you do use a kingmaker, please stick with power 2 numbers, and we're dropping it right at the pin for the eagle. If you want to support the channel and the free content here, the best way you can do that is to head over to patreon.com/BK Golf Clash. No monthly commitment, and there's several levels there. You can choose whichever support suits you the best. All of them get all of the perks, so you get wind charts, elevation guides, shootout elevation sheets as well, all in printable format, as well as early access to tutorials and other exclusive content here on the channel. So if you do want to support us, it's greatly appreciated. Head over to our Patreon page. Primary objective here, secure the eagle. If you're lucky, you might get the albatross. We're going with 2 top spin and 3 bars right spin. With the extra mile, then we're going to have half of the blue ring inside the rough on the right, at the top of plus 1 with extra mile 8, top of plus 3 with extra mile 6 and 7. Then we are going to adjust max plus 5, power 3 settings. I would recommend you keep with a kingmaker here, otherwise you may be short for the second shot. If you don't want to spend a kingmaker, you can go with a katana. You won't need overpower on the drive, but you would need to play a different approach, and I'll talk about that very quickly when we come to take a look at the shot. Centre the ball and hit perfect. If you're worried about applying too much overpower or too much topspin by accident, then you might want to back up your landing position or deliberately play with less topspin, but I want to get it fairly close to the rough, around 335. And that's because I can go then directly over the rough. Now if you haven't done that, you want to lay up shorter on your drive, you would back your target up before the rough, as I'm going to show you there, and you just play with a bit of topspin and just get the ball safely onto the green. But if you've got a decent enough drive with a power 3 ball, you can go directly over it as I'm doing here, playing with backspin and always 3 bars side spin to the left. I deliberately aim a couple of yards back from max distance so that I'm not adjusting into overpower. Max plus 0, and then 3/4 ball curl to the left. If you're playing the bounce over, I'd play mid numbers instead, or true club distance, depending where you are. But we're safely on the green. It's tweakable if you want, but the eagle is in the bag with those shots. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.